Hi, this is Dwyer from GamblersAdvisory.com. There is an excellent opportunity to beat the casino in a fight that's taking place on November 7th between Nikolay Valuev and David Haye. The casinos have installed David Haye as a minus 200 favorite. Nikolay Valuev right now is a plus 160 underdog. I believe the line is the way it is because Valuev gave a less than spectacular performance against American Evander Holyfield in his last fight, which took place in December of 2008. It may shock viewers to learn that David Haye hasn't fought since November of 2008. Both of these guys have been less than active. I expect Nikolay Valuev, the underdog, to actually win this fight. David Haye is a headhunter who does not have the defensive or survival skills of the men who have gone the distance with Nikolay Valuev. Don't be fooled. Evander Holyfield, even as old as he is a very highly skilled offensive fighter who fought Lennox Lewis twice in his prime and never hit the canvas. Right? Evander Holyfield fought Mike Tyson twice, never hit the canvas. Evander Holyfield knows all of the tricks and can fight effectively from outside and knows how to use distance and clinching to prevent serious injury. Ruslan Chagayev, who beat Nikolay Valuev, like Evander Holyfield, is also a very defensively skilled fighter. We're talking about guys who are some of the most advanced defensive fighters in the entire heavyweight division. Don't be fooled by the fact that Vladimir Klitschko recently beat Ruslan Chagayev. Even in that match, Chagayev never got knocked down. Chagayev quit the fight on his stool. Okay, Ruslan Chagayev, by the way, that's Chagayev's only loss. Ruslan Chagayev is much more advanced defensively than David Haye. Also, John Ruiz. Again, John Ruiz fought Evander Holyfield several times. John Ruiz has a track record of lasting in fights. His grab and hold style is exactly the kind of survivalist technique that's needed to go the distance with the Russian giant. Now, fighters who don't have advanced defensive skills, who actually think that Nikolay Valuev is simply too slow to catch up with them, and that they can simply come in, use offensive skills, move around the ring, and win the fight. If you're of that mindset, then you need to look at the film of Nikolay Valuev against Monty Barrett. This is the same Monty Barrett who lost to David Haye in David Haye's last fight. What's fascinating by that Nikolay Valuev Monty Barrett fight is how Monty Barrett cannot avoid being hit by Nikolay Valuev's jab. What people don't seem to appreciate is that Nikolay Valuev is not just a big guy, he's actually a big guy with skills. His jab is one of the best jabs in the heavyweight division. If you cannot slip that jab and get inside on Nikolay Valuev, you're going to have problems. Monty Barrett could not slip Nikolay Valuev's jab. Valuev then turned it up a notch. And here again, Nikolay Valuev, if you don't have good defensive skills, he can knock you out. Now, Valuev himself, while he lost to Chagayev by decision, has never been stopped in a fight. The Russian giant has a granite chin. He has never been stopped. So now let's turn to David Haye. How is David Haye the favorite in this fight? What are David Haye's chances of winning? I don't believe Haye should have been the favorite in this fight. I give David Haye, who does have a great offensive repertoire, I give David Haye a puncher's chance of winning the fight. In other words, if David Haye can stay outside and then lunge in and catch Nikolay Valuev, maybe he's then able to become the first man to stop the Russian giant. It's an unlikely scenario. My point to you, though, is because of the odds, because Nikolay Valuev is a plus 160 underdog, and because you're almost certain to get at least even money odds on David Haye by knockout, you can actually straddle a bet where you take as your base Nikolay Valuev to win. You don't even have to pick him to win by knockout because you're getting a plus 160. You're more than doubling your money. You can just take Nikolay Valuev to win, and you can straddle it against David Haye by knockout. I believe you'll win if either happens. I do not see a scenario where David Haye can win this fight by decision. I actually believe that Nikolay Valuev is the more complete boxer and has the superior skills to David Haye. While David Haye has certain physical advantages, he is more mobile, he does have the faster hands. I do not believe that David Haye has the better chin, nor do I believe that David Haye has the better jab, nor do I believe that David Haye has the boxing skills of an Evander Holyfield to actually stay outside and be effective. I believe Haye himself knows that he cannot win this fight if this fight goes the distance because he doesn't have Ruslan Chagayev's skill set of being able to slip the jab, come inside, and actually hold the Russian giant. Look at the film of the Valuev-Ruslan Chagayev fight. The beauty of Ruslan Chagayev is Ruslan Chagayev can actually come inside on a much bigger man and tie him up, and he can actually stay there for periods of time. David Haye does not have that skill set. So, in closing, my recommendation to gamblers is to straddle. Make your base bet, the one where you're going to make most of your money on, Nikolay Valuev, the underdog, to win this fight. Straddle it against David Haye to win by knockout, right? That's your insurance. Don't spend a penny on David Haye to win by decision. I don't believe he has the skill set to win this by decision. His only chance of winning this fight is a puncher's chance. Let me know what you think. Visit us at gamblersadvisory.com. Also, comment on the fight on predictboxing.blogspot.com. That's the site I have. Also, leave comments for me here. I've been in contact with a friend of David Haye's here online, and he advises me that David disagrees with my assessment of the fight, and I respect that, but take the underdog in this one. Good luck.